All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining ATD Demo Day. Upgrade your LMS. I'm Alexandria Clapp, the Senior Content Manager for Learning Technologies and Sciences at ATD, and I will be your moderator today. Before we get started, I'm excited to share that ATD's Tech Knowledge Conference is just a few weeks away. If you are looking for an immersive professional development opportunity this year, check out this dynamic 3-day journey designed for TD professionals who are passionate about embracing the ever evolving world of learning technologies. There are special discounts for teams, including complimentary registration for pre conference workshops on AI, accessibility, and more. And you can learn more about TK at techknowledge.td.org. And I will share a link in the chat for you all if you want to check it out, or you can use that QR code there. All right. And now let's focus on today's event, Demo Day. We are very excited to see live demos today from 5 leading learning management system providers. These 30-minute demos will give you an opportunity to learn more about the providers and see their platforms in action and ask questions. Whether you are in the market for a new LMS or looking to just stay current on the latest LMS suppliers and features, we hope today's Demo Day helps you learn about the benefits of a variety of options all at once. And I'd like to thank today's sponsors, LearnSoft, Blue Water, Learnupon, Exonify, and Skooks. Thank you for being part of this event and providing such a wonderful opportunity for our attendees to learn more about learning management systems. A couple of quick logistical items before we get started with our very first demo today. Our speakers plan to keep you engaged. So if you would like to interact with them and their teams and/or your fellow participants throughout our demos, be sure to select everyone in the chat box. Let's practice right now. I see some of you are sending messages to just host and panelist. So switch it over to everyone and tell us where you're tuning in from and what you're looking forward to learning about today. Cool. And I see people saying hello, sharing where they're from. Cool. And we will have time for Q&A during each of the demos. So we'll be saving new or unanswered questions to be addressed during those times. And I'll note when we have members of the demo team in the chat. Also, keep in mind that we've built in 15-minute breaks after each demo to give you time to make sure you stretch your legs and do a little refresh before the next demo starts. And we are almost ready to go. I'm just going to take a look at the chat here. Oh, good reminder. Okay. The other housekeeping item I want to share that Dylan just shared in the chat for you all, you will have access to a recording for all of the demos today. And you'll also get links to each of the individual recordings. If you want to just jump cherry pick to your favorite demo, that'll be on the registration page and you'll get access to that email tomorrow. All right, I'm looking at Nick's message, what he's looking forward to seeing today, seeing the variety of options, what kind of features our LMS is providing, how are folks integrating AI, if they are, looking to stay current, how can we improve our platform? Awesome. I'm excited for you all. Think we're ready. Looking at different options and improvements to our current platform. I want to understand what, if any, features are similar or different from an engagement tool. Cool. Well, hopefully we're going to answer all of your questions today. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first vendor. So make sure we start right on time. Our very first demo today is with the LearnSoft team. So thank you, LearnSoft, for kicking us off. Our first demo is Learning Made Easy for Everyone. We have Jason Sprague, who is the Vice President of Sales with LearnSoft. He is here to guide you through their demo today. And we also have Jocelyn from the LearnSoft team. She's going to be helping to answer chat questions. She'll be there in the chat. And I'm going to pass it over to Jason to kick it off for us this morning.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Go ahead and share my screen, make sure that it's working properly. I'm gonna actually stop sharing real quick because I forgot to share with my audio. Share sound. All right. Alexandria, can you see that okay?
I can. Looks good.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So good morning again, everybody. My name is Jason Sprague. I am the VP of Sales here at LearnSoft. I joined LearnSoft about 18 months ago as really part of the company's recent growth plans. And as we kind of look at who LearnSoft is, we were actually founded in 2005. And we had a mission to really enable the most productive, prepared, and compliant workforce. And since then, we've been on a steady growth path. And we were recently named a leader in HR technology by Talent Filter for our ease of use and our intuitive design. Now, LearnSoft has worked very closely with some of the largest healthcare and government organizations in the US, and among other industries as well. We specialize in simplifying the complex systems and processes that usually accompany training and development in highly regulated environments. And today, our learning platform, learning and talent platform, serves over 800,000 learners and counting. Now, for decades, we've worked closely with our clients, and it's really taught us some of the many challenges that L&D centers around is disconnection. It's disconnection of technology and disconnection of processes, which can really lead to disconnection of your entire workforce. Many of you on this call, you may be familiar with some of these challenges. Having employee data siloed in an HR system while managing training programs manually and then licensed or self-author content in yet another place. And so all of this can contribute to added time, stress, and uncertainty for your learners, your managers, your trainers, and your system administrators. It can also pose a compliance risk, and if you're lacking a single source of truth for the statuses of your organization's training. Now, LearnSoft offers a single pane of glass that really connects learner data from your HRIS system with content from any provider. We are content agnostic. We can integrate with really any of the HRIS systems that are out there. And we supply a single platform to manage, deliver, track, and lead your L&D initiatives. Well, LearnSoft really simplifies the complexities of training and development and allows L&D leaders to focus on what matters. That's employee compliance, development, and long-term engagement. Now, we back our platform with a dedicated team that really leads with the values of service, collaboration, and expertise, ensuring that our clients are supported through their entire lifetime with LearnSoft. Now, we talk about making learning easy. This is something that even as a learning management company, we've heard for a long time. The LMS is hard to get data into. It's hard to get data out of. It's hard to upload content. It's hard to know where my employees are. It's hard to have a finger on the pulse of the entire organization. We kept hearing this. So we didn't want to just make learning easy for end users. Anybody can make learning easy for a learner. You click a button, it launches the course. You get an email, you go and do your training. That's the easy part of learning. What's harder is making it easy on managers, giving managers the views they need into the data that they need to really manage their teams on a day-to-day basis. What about trainers? Giving trainers the ability to see rosters of people, to see who's coming to their classes, to make it easy for them to create new courses. And then for administrators, being able to load data, being able to manage data, being able to find out exactly what's happening inside of an organization. So our enhanced user interface, it not only allows us to connect learners to the appropriate content, but our advanced analytics supports compliance efforts across your entire organization. Now we're going to jump into the platform, because I know everybody didn't come here just to see a PowerPoint. Let's jump in and actually see what the platform can do. All right, so one of the first things that you're going to notice when you go on our platform is you can get there by a few different paths. So we can set up SSO integration with you and your organization so your employees can automatically launch into the LMS with just the click of a button. Now, you can also log in with a username and password if SSO is not something that you want to do, or you can also launch directly from an email. We make it very simple to get into the LearnSoft platform. Our platform also can be configured so that your organizations can match your learning platform to your internal branding. You can put logos on here. We can change color schemes. We make it feel like they are truly engaging with your organization at any given time. Because it's very important during onboarding, especially, and when you're developing employees, that you have them feel connected to your brand. So here on this dashboard, as an employee of this company, my user data has been pushed directly over from the HR system. All of my courses, all of my instruction has been assigned by the training needs that are defined by my role. So when I log in, I can easily see an overall picture of my learning journey, my upcoming courses, my schedule of live trainings, and any other performance metrics. And the visuals here at the top are all interactive. So if I want to filter by what I have past due, I click on past due, and all the filters down here are going to reallocate or reassess. And so I get to see exactly what I need to see. So if I click on a button, it's right there. Now, if I want to look at the calendar view is a day-by-day plan on any upcoming trainings that I am going to be scheduled for. We have certain clients that they're training managers, they live by the calendar of events. That's really the place that they want to live and see where things are. Now, as we continue looking at the data that's coming across from the HRIS system, we want to make that so where you can easily see that information. Now, this is our demo database, so it's not actually connected to a HR system or HRIS system. So we pull that data and we show you exactly what that could look like. So effortlessly, in a single click, I'm in my profile. I can see the data that flows from the HRIS system. As my information changes in the HRIS, the learning platform changes automatically. It's going to adapt and offer new training that's needed. For example, as I approach my work anniversary, or if I'm promoted, the system's going to respond appropriately. If I scroll down here to the bottom, I can have a very quick and easy view of any current licenses that I'm working on, whether I be a state employee, whether I be a nurse, whether I be a contractor, whoever I might be. If I have licenses that I need to keep up to date for my job, that's going to show visible in here. Also down here at the bottom, any supervisors that are assigned to me or that are coming through the HRIS system that are in my leadership tree are going to show up in here. If I go back to the top, if I look at my groups, any group that I am a part of is going to show up in here. So I may be assigned to a group through the HRIS system. Maybe I'm a nurse or I'm a frontline worker, or I have multiple locations or departments that I'm a part of. All of that comes across from the HRIS system, and then all of my learning and training needs is going to show from there. So let's say I start in Department A. Department A has 7 courses that are just required to be a part of that department that I have to do every single year. And then I move to Department B. Department B only has 5. That data that's in the HRIS system automatically comes to LearnSoft. We know what's required for that person. The courses automatically adjust. And then if that person moves back 6 months later, everything can readjust again. Now I'm seeing a bunch of messages come across in the chat. Alexandria, I'm kind of not looking at those right now. I'll look at those here in a second, and we can kind of go back through them if that's okay. Or Jocelyn, if you're on, you can be answering those during the chat as well.
Yeah, no worries. I'm saving anything we don't get to.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So if I'm an existing employee, I can go down here, performance reviews, my development plan. You can access that data and see it right there from a single click. Now, let's go ahead and launch a course. This is something that in every LMS, everybody's got to do. And so what I can do is I can come down here and I noticed that there was a course I'm overdue, so I want to launch it. Now, when I launch this course, it needs to be simple. I don't want lots of button clicking and lots of go here and do this, because I'm going to get lost, especially as a new employee. We need to make this as quick and easy as possible. So I selected my course, I clicked launch. Now this course actually has a pretest. You don't have to have pretests for any of the courses. This is something that you design as an administrator or as a trainer. You can go in and create these courses. This could be a single question. This could be 10 questions. You could be trying to gauge employee engagement, or you're trying to gauge their knowledge base before they go through here. But it's very easy and simple to do. So we put a bait question in here. What's your current time frame to purchase a new LMS? Well, I'm going to say that it's more than a year. I click submit. It takes my answer, says, okay, thank you. And then I'm ready to move on to the next step. Now, we're going to launch a course. I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is a video course. Now, you guys should be able to hear this. If you guys don't mind, as soon as I hit play, if you hear it, start giving some thumbs up so I know that you guys can hear it.
As your organization changes and grows, trying to keep your staff educated and fully compliant can be a real pain in the LMS. What you need is an LMS that dynamically scales and adapts to your organization's changing needs without disrupting your day-to-day operations. Introducing LearnSoft, an adaptable, fully configurable LMS designed to scale with the changing needs of even the most highly regulated industries, giving you the flexibility to deploy training wherever your workforce may be. Instead of forcing your processes to fit within the parameters of your LMS, LearnSoft gives you the ability to tailor your LMS experience to meet your unique workflow requirements. Admins, managers, and instructors can design unique programs that mix and match learning experiences. When you're ready to deploy your curriculum, LearnSoft lets you reach employees wherever they are, however they like to learn. And since we integrate with just about every HR and ERP system out there, LearnSoft puts monitoring the performance and compliance of thousands of users across multiple locations, all in real time, right at the tips of your fingers. Ready to put LearnSoft to work for you? Let's talk, and we can have your team learning within 90 days. LearnSoft, the new way of learning for the new way of working.
All right. So I know most of you, I see 17 people in the chat have posted a question. I'm sure all of you are saying, this looks fantastic. Let's go ahead and move forward. I've got more to show you though. And I know in sales, you're supposed to stop talking when people are ready to buy, but I feel like you guys might have some more questions. So I'm going to keep going. So we're done with this. We did the training. Class is over. I click next. Now we've got a post test. Do we have to have a post test? We don't have to have a post test. This all is done by your administrators or by your learning designers. They can go in and build all of this. So now, because we watched that video, we went from saying more than a year for a new LMS. We're ready now. We click submit. It says, thank you so much for submitting that. We appreciate it. Now, as far as design, you see some additional things here, evaluations and checklists. That's just more things you can add into the learning. Again, we want to make this as easy as possible, but we want to give you the data that you need to make sure that all that information is coming back to you in a actionable and reasonable fashion that you can actually make decisions for your organization. Now, that's a single course. Let's show you how you find a course. I'm going to go here to the content library, and let's say I'm an employee and I'm looking for a specific piece of content. Okay, our content library is really designed for easy access. Courses from any provider, as well as self-authored courses in all formats, are available at the click of a button. So let's say I need to find something from the American Heart Association on CPR training. So I type in CPR, I click search, it loads it up, and I can see it right here. Now I can just through the click of a button enroll myself in that course. But let's say I'm a manager and I want to enroll my team into a certain class. I say, you know what? This new leadership class is something that's absolutely perfect for my team. This Harvard MN becoming a manager, I really want all of them to go through that. So you simply come in here and click on this enroll my team. You enroll your team and everybody is able to then go into it. Now, this is, so far we've been kind of talking about what's happening for the user. Let's talk a little bit about managers and trainers. Managers and trainers definitely have a difficult job, especially when it comes to making sure all of their employees are doing what they should do at any given time. So we want to make sure that making courses is easy for them. So I click into courses right here. If I want to create a new course, I simply click on new course, answer a few questions, and keep going. I'm going to show you what some of that data looks like, though, in one of our existing courses, so I'm not just building something from scratch. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink of water real fast. And so this is an example of the course. It's an active course. If we want to turn it off, click of a button, we can turn it off, make it not active. This is an instructor-led training. We have drop downs so they can actually pick, you can select what kind of training that is. We have the name and the description. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this description. This description field is very powerful. And we've got some of our clients that have used this in really interesting ways because it makes the data easy for learners and managers to find courses or contents for their users based on needs or unique goals or processes. So one of our healthcare clients uses this description field in a really innovative way. We closely worked with the JPS Health Network. They're a large healthcare organization down in Fort Worth, Texas, to tailor their learning pathways to really up their employee engagement and for different goals and measures that they had targeted. So we helped them use this course description to tag learning content with Gallup Q12 employee engagement metrics. And what this did is it allowed learners across the JPS Health Network to easily find and complete courses that would not only improve their day-to-day experience with their employer, but it would improve the overall culture at JPS. Now, if you're interested in that, you can find that full story at learnsoft.com/resources. Jocelyn, if you don't mind, if you'll put that link in the chat so everybody can have access to that, that would be fantastic. Now, we've talked about dashboards, we've talked about profile, we've talked about courses, talked about the content library. Let's talk about reports. How do we know people are doing things the way that they should be doing? I'm going to click into reports and we're going to talk about this a little bit. Now, something that LearnSoft does is we simplified reporting. This is something that we heard quite a bit, not just from our reporting, but across the industry. I know some LMSs that are out there that if you need a customized report, it's a support ticket and 2 to 6 weeks before you can get that report back. We didn't feel like that was a right answer. If somebody needs data, they need data. Somebody needs to know how things are happening with their employees, they need to know. So whether you need to see a completion report for your team or for the entire organization, you can easily review standard reports or create your own. Now let's look at this enrollment status report. So I'm going to click view and it's going to open up this report. This report's a bar chart, has lots of different information in here. We can see how our team is doing when it comes to required leadership training. Now, if I want to dig into this data, I can filter down, let's say learners that didn't show up for their training. So I'm going to click filter right here. I'm going to go down here to enrollment status. And let's say I only want to see people that no show. So I'm going to click, instead of having to go through and unclick things, I just say, I want to see this only. I click apply. I click apply. It updates that report for me. So then I can see that data and I can even drill into it from there. So as a compliance officer, if I need to have access to the entire organization's training data, which I'm able to see it and slice it in many different ways. Let's say you wanted to see something by department. Let me show you another report. So this 30, 60, 90 day by division. So I'm going to view that report. And this is a kind of a combo report. It's got pie charts, it's got bar charts, and it's also got a little Excel graph down here that has the specific data that we need. But let's say I need to know how people in the Indianapolis Colts division are doing. Yes, some of our tech people are football fans. Why the Colts, I don't know. But I can go in here and say, just show me that, and it's going to show me what's happening just in that department. Now, if I need to do this by job role, by course type, aggregated data, I can easily identify risks if I'm a compliance officer, identify those risks where training is required or isn't completed. Now, of course, if I'm an executive, maybe I don't go into the LMS very much. So my team can easily download a CSV or text file, PDF, text, XLS, CSV is all available. You can pull that data down. You can upload that into whatever data analytics platform you're using. If you have something else, if you're using like a Tableau, you want to download all this raw data and then go do something else with it, go right ahead. Download it in whatever format you need, and you can put it into whatever format you need for your exec meetings, for your compliance meetings. You know exactly what is happening across your organization. Now, There's plenty more to see here, but again, I want to show how easy the platform is, because that's the biggest thing, is how we make learning easy for everybody. So I'm going to show you one final thing, and that's our support pool. We feel that support's not something that should just be held behind with gatekeepers. We don't want you to have to come to us for every little thing. We want to give the knowledge base back to our clients so they know how to solve things and get things done quickly for themselves. So we give a user-friendly experience for both platform and support. You can easily search by a particular issue by just having a knowledge base at your fingertips. So I click on this little question mark right here. It opens up a new tab. And let's say I need to add a new user. And I start typing, and it's going to start with predictive analytics. It's going to say, do you mean any of this stuff? And so you go through here and say, okay, I need to add or delete a user group. I click on that. Here's instructions. We include screenshots. We put all of it at your fingertips so you can see exactly how to do things. Now, of course, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can call us, you can chat with us, you can email us. Whatever you need to do, we can do that for you. Let's say I need to change a password. So I'm going to type in password, how to reset a user's password, and there you go. Gives you the specific instructions on how to do that. It makes it very simple for all of this. So this is kind of a quick overview. Instead of having to have like all these manual, like we don't email you a bunch of manuals and say good luck. We put all of this here, and then as we come out with new things, we're always adding to this support manual. So as new things happen or new questions come up, a lot of the time when we have questions come to us that aren't in the user manual, we'll then type that all out and then add that to the user manual. So this knowledge base is consistently growing. It's constantly being added to. So that's kind of an overview of everything. So Alexandria, I'm gonna call back on you because I know you've been kind of keeping an eye on the chat. What questions did you see that? Oh, I see one. Can we see my transcript section? Yeah, I can go into my transcript. I meant to do that. It was in my talk track, and I forgot to click on it. So I can go into transcript. Here it is. Here's all of my courses. Did I pass? Did I fail? Did I get credit hours? This can all be designed to look exactly how you need. If I want to download it again, I can download it very quickly and easily right here. You notice we have different options on this because this is a Word document versus an Excel document. So I can download this as a Word doc, and we just put it right there at your fingertips to be able to download it. Shelly asked, are we able to load past course history into the transcript? Yes. So during implementation, you work with our implementation specialists to take all the information and migrate your previous learning content or learning transcript and history, and that can go into here and be able to be seen.
I wanted to jump to a comment. There was something about getting the manager's approval. Is that, and do you have the ability to toggle that on or off? So there's an exploratory option if folks want to have more of a self-directed learning opportunity. How would that work?
Yeah, so we can set it up a couple different ways. We can give people the autonomy that they can just sign up for whatever classes they want. But there are some classes that people just don't need to have. And so like if let's say you're one of our healthcare clients and you've loaded some data from Elsevier in here on the proper way to start an IV, and you're in the billing department, you don't need access to that. And so we can turn that on as far as what people see. But then as far as getting permission from managers, we can also toggle that as well based on hierarchy in the system.
I'm seeing a question from Haley, and it's making me think, do you help organizations that might be migrating over from an existing LMS that they have? I know you talked a little bit about past course history, and is there an extra fee for that? How exactly does that work to get folks up and running?
No, I mean, if you want to pay extra, we'll let you. It's usually just part of what we do, because learning management's not a new thing. It's been around for a long time. So it's usually a replacement market. And so if you have a current LMS and you need to migrate that data over to us, that's part of what we do every single day.
Can you preset seats for a class for employees to sign up for? It would then close and create a waiting list.
Yes. Yeah. So if you have like an instructor-led training and you know there's 27 seats in the class, you set it at 27. As soon as it fills up, then the wait list opens up. And then you can prioritize the wait list either through manager approval to who gets to go into the class, or it's set up that it's first in, first out.
Okay, we've had a lot of questions about integrations, HR systems, maybe virtual platform integrations. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, so really, so I know this is kind of a cop-out answer, but we can really integrate with anybody that can get us the data. We've worked with Oracle, we've worked with Workday, we've worked with UKG, we've worked with PeopleSoft, we've worked with, I can't, Elsevier, we've worked with Open Sesame for content, we've worked with, I mean, so many different providers that are out there. If they have APIs that are available to get data, we have our own set of APIs that we can connect those to. If they don't have open APIs that we can connect to, if they can just export a CSV, we can program that file to come over to us. And we actually have a lot of our larger clients prefer to control the data. And so they just send us a data dump every single day. But we're really open to doing this however we need to.
Tiffany asked a question for folks who are shopping and taking it all in, lots of different LMS vendors right now. What do you see as a differentiating factor for LearnSoft?
So really easy is one of the biggest things, and because one of the things that we hear a lot is how difficult the LMS is. We typically take 90 days or less to do a full implementation. That includes migrating old data over to our new system, and then giving everything at people's fingertips to be able to build reports, pull your transcript. If you're a healthcare organization and the Joint Commission walks in and says, I need to see Alexandria's transcript on how she's done in training, in 3 clicks, you can have that at your fingertips. And so that's really where we shine, is we not only give you the LMS platform, but we make it easy for everybody.
I see a question about government agencies having lots of firewalls, security compliance. Are those agencies that you work with?
We are. So just off the top of my head, the entire state of Kansas, the entire state of Iowa, Missouri, Department of Transportation all use us. And they were very difficult RFPs for us to fill out because of the security requirements. We have a fantastic team on our side that knows how to answer those questions. I'm not going to pretend like I know any of those answers. I'm on the sales side. I'm Sizzle. I let those guys figure out how to make the ones and zeros connect. So if we need to have that conversation, more than happy to do that.
Cool. I think you answered this already. You can upload existing trainings if you've created it in a different content authoring tool into this platform. I want to go back to integrations. Are there additional costs for integrations with different other platforms that you're connecting?
If we're only connecting to a few, no, it's part of our implementation fee. If you've got 12 systems that we need to connect to, then we'll need to have a conversation. But usually we're connecting to a single HRIS platform. We're connecting to maybe 1 or 2 content platforms. That's all included.
Oh, someone's asking about who do we contact on the LearnSoft team to let you know we have an RFP going out.
You can actually contact me here. Let me put my email address in the chat real quick. All right. So I put my email in there. So I run all the sales initiatives here at LearnSoft, so I can get you in touch with the right people to make sure that it goes smoothly for you.
Cool. I know we're going fast and furious here. There's no way we're going to get to all of these questions. So my apologies, and thank you for your patience to all of our attendees who have been very actively participating and engaged. We have about a minute left. Can I pass it back to you for any closing thoughts, Jason, before we wrap up and kind of
I saw one person ask a question about Articulate. Yeah, Articulate's one of the easiest platforms to actually get data across to us, so that if you're using them, that's fine if you have any stored content. I would just encourage you to go to our website. Go to www.learnsoft.com. We've got tons of resources on there, lots of great information. We've got, I mean, decades of experience in doing this, and so we were a training company that then molded into a software company. So we knew how to do training well. We just decided that we wanted to make sure that it was online where people could train anywhere and make it as easy as possible. So I appreciate ATD. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to present today to this diverse audience. I would love to hear from anybody that has any questions, and I look forward to hearing from you. And everybody have a fantastic Monday.
Great. Thank you so much, Jason. And for all of our folks who are tuning in for the rest of Demo Day, we're going to take a quick 15-minute break. So go stretch your legs and come back and meet us for our second demo of the day, which will start at 12:45 Eastern Time. See you then, and we will talk to Blue Water then. Thanks all.